We are live. This is day 3 of our 7-day Wounds to Victory challenge, where we are uncovering the effect of childhood wounds on 5 areas of your life. So, yesterday we went for the effect of childhood wounds on your career. And as promised, today it's about relationship. Very interesting facts I'm going to share with you. And before we begin, just want to know how many of you are live with me right now. Those who are live can just put a hashtag live, and if you're watching a replay, you can put hashtag replay. This is going to help me to reach you and many more like you. Thank you. I'm going to share a very shocking truth. This truth is going to significantly change your life. And no, it's not a truth manufactured by me. It is what neuroscientists are talking to us about. So if you want to know this truth, which is going to revolutionize your life, then go ahead and type bring it on Ajay in the comments. Thank you for that. And here is the shocking truth that I want all of you to realize. This is the shocking truth by neuroscientists. You know, it's only 5% of our cognitive activity is conscious. What I mean by cognitive activity is your decisions, the way you form your relationships, your actions, your emotions, and even your behaviors. All of this, only 5% of it is under your conscious control. And that's why I always tell people motivational books and speeches do not help to change anything. Making a blanket statement right now, it does not help you to change anything. If something changes from that, that's only the number of sales for those books that's what changes. But as a coach and as a therapist, I can tell you that if you want to make changes in your life, you have to work on your unconscious mind. And that's exactly what we're doing here, because childhood wounds are wounds which are imprinted in your unconscious mind. So no amount of conscious change or talking about it is going to help. What we are aiming to do over here is moving you or helping you to see that where you need to make a change is the unconscious mind. So the research is right in front of you. So if 95% of your brain activity goes beyond your conscious awareness, it means that is where we need to go if you want to heal your relationships or any area of your life. Isn't it interesting? Go ahead and type interesting in the comments if this has been an eye opener for you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now let's move ahead with today's topic, and that is, how does childhood wound resurface in your relationship? How does a childhood wound resurface in your relationship? Now, we already know that wounds program you towards taking certain actions which are beyond your conscious control and conscious awareness. So, how does it impact your relationship? I've only given you 5 impacts or 5 effects of childhood wound on your relationship. Let's go one by one and let me know which one resonates with you. The first one, you may feel that it's a good relationship, but somehow, somewhere, even if you try your utmost or level best, you're not able to open up and trust the person. You know the person is good, you know the person is authentic, but it's not possible for you to go and open yourself and trust that person. You just find it somehow impossible to trust. Then that is something that can come from a childhood wound. It's not that you don't want to trust, it's just that you cannot trust. And no amount of motivational speaking is going to help you to trust. What's going to help you is healing that childhood wound. Second, you bend over backwards to get the approval of others in a relationship, maybe professional, romantic, or other relationships that you have. You do too much because you're masking the fear of getting rejected and getting abandoned. You see, childhood wounds usually do 2 things. In your childhood, if you have faced neglect or if you have faced abuse, then usually you have this fear of getting abused or getting rejected once again or abandoned once again. And so you don't want to have that happening again. So unconsciously, what you do is you go out of your way and make sure to protect yourself from that pain. You make sure that you people please, you bend over backwards and be an excessive giver so that you don't have to face rejection away any time in your relationship ever again. The third one, finding yourself bonded to a narcissistic or manipulative partner. No matter how hard you try, If you have this pattern of attracting people who are not good for you, those who are narcissistic in their approach, our next challenge is going to be on narcissism. So who are narcissists? People with an inflated view of themselves, as if they are the best and there's no one like them, and they manipulate others for their gains. Are you getting attracted to them in your romantic, especially in your romantic relationship? Or are you getting constantly manipulated by your partner? And it's not just one relationship. If this happens again and again in a sequence, then that is nothing but what a childhood wound is resurfacing, is trying to tell you. And before I go to the next two, I just want to share with you, how does a wound actually resurface and why does it resurface? You see, your unconscious mind wants you to heal, but the only way it can ask you to heal is by giving you a repetition. As illogical as it may sound, because the unconscious mind does not follow logic, as illogical as it may sound, your unconscious mind will repeat and rehearse the pain experiences of the past so that you can get your attention and realize that if this is repeating again, it means it's a pattern and I need to heal the pattern. That's why the unconscious mind keeps on making you repeat the same things so that your attention is caught and you realize that, okay, I need to make a change. This statement itself is worth more than anything else if you can grasp it right now. And I would highly encourage that if you want to, you can revisit this video again, because what I'm sharing with you right now is something very deep and born out of my experience as a therapist and as a coach. Consistent experience, trying to simplify it as much as I can. All right, let's go to the next 2 points. Playing the rescuer. If you constantly attract people who are victims, who need help, who are in the midst of a cycle of abuse, and you are the rescuer who just goes and helps the damsel in distress, or whatever you can call it, then in that case, you're playing the rescuer. And the need to rescue is actually a reflection of childhood trauma. Probably you are doing it because you yourself were abused and you don't want others to be abused anymore. Or maybe you're doing it because you feel that that's who you are, that's your identity. But the fact is that if you're constantly attracted to people who need your help, then what's happening is you're going in a codependent relationship. Another term for this is called as codependent relationship, where you're a constant giver and the other is a constant taker. And you find your identity by being a rescuer. Now that's not healthy, because that's going to deplete your energy and destroy your purpose in life. If you can resonate with any of this, go ahead and type resonate in the comments. Okay, the last one. Actually, there are many, but I'm just going to share with you 5 because these are the general ones. Avoiding intimacy. You want to have an intimate relationship, but when it comes to going ahead and talking about emotional intimacy, sharing, or talking about yourself, you just take a step back and you just sabotage that relationship. One example could be everything is ready, and then when the time comes to commit, suddenly people back off. Avoiding intimacy. So let me know if you have any 1 or 5 of these effects of childhood wounds on relationship. Because as my favorite psychotherapist and psychoanalyst says, 2 quotes I want to share with you. You are not what happened to you, you are what you choose to become. He's written it in the first person. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. But there's a big but over here. You cannot choose anything unless and until you cannot choose anything healthy for yourself unless and until, the second quote is also by the same gentleman who says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Which means until and unless you realize that you are being played upon by your childhood wounds, speaking from your unconscious mind, you cannot really make good conscious decisions for yourself. That's why it's important for you to unmask and heal from your childhood wounds. Now, if you want to have a one-to-one consultation with me, a free discovery call where I can help you to reveal and find out what your childhood wounds are and help you to heal with it, then go ahead and type DM me, or you can type your name and I'll message you, or you can just DM me and I will be there to serve you. Thank you for being with me for day 3. Thank you for showing up. and go ahead and tag 3 or 4 people who need to hear this. Thank you. See you tomorrow.